Hi, Madan. So one of the questions I have is where you're talking about doing a match market geo test for like a Snapchat in order to get the lift results that you were just showing to then compare to your to make sense
Yeah,
of the CPAs. What if you can't hold out a full market isolated to a platform because maybe your spend dollars aren't there, they're not sizable compared to everywhere else where you're advertising? Could you utilize maybe a global holdout user base incrementality study on said platform as proxy to then calculate those quality multipliers?
absolutely yes. And there is essentially a stack of approaches, testing and MMM together. Within testing, there's a stack of different tests you can run. Geo testing being the most preferable, then sort of like platform lift testing, which is kind of the user level testing. Then there's something called synthetic experiments or quasi experiments, where you kind of like don't do an actual design test, but you synthesize control audiences and pretend it was a test, right? And in fact most of the platforms use quasi experimental approaches. And the last one is what's called a natural experiment. Natural experiment is you take the data that was from an existing campaign, pretend it was a test, and interpret it like a test. Okay, these are all kind of have different varying quality of estimates. Now, a big part of a role like yours, Danny, is to figure out what level of quality do you need to make a decision. Big part of this class is helping you think through first the business questions and the decisions that are stacked up behind those questions, and what quality of information and how much information do you need to make those decisions, right? In many cases, what you might end up finding is that a low quality read might be okay. In fact, a post-purchase survey read for a channel might be okay because it's so profitable, or it's so much in the green or in the black, I guess, that you're like, I just want to make sure that I'm still in the black. So even just some directional estimate that my ROAS is like 3.5, it was 3.5 8 months back, it's still there, it's good, right? My break even is at 1 or something like that. Okay, I'm very way into the black on this one. I can really invest more on this. Let's say, for example, retargeting or branded search would be an example like that. Okay. On the other case, let's say you take a big investment like non-branded search or TV or Facebook prospecting, where you're making 20-30% of your budgets are going there. You're like every quarter your neck is on the line. So there you might say, I want a higher quality estimate. I want more than one estimate so that I can get more confidence in the investment decisions I'm making, right? In those cases, you might insist on a geo test, insist on multiple reads from a geo test and a platform lift study and an MMM to kind of get more and more confidence that you're on the right side of the line that you need to be in, right? So big part of this class is to help you understand, think through all of that. And more and more of our work, people like us in the space, is about the strategy. What kind of testing, what kind of measurement has to be in place for making those decisions, getting crisper and crisper about the decisioning portfolio, and figuring out what measurement has to line up to that to help you make those decisions is becoming the game more or less for a lot of us.